Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're channeling a message from your spirit guides that you are meant to hear right now. I want to let you know that I always set my intentions for your highest and best good. All right, to choose your reading, you can choose from one of these crystals or one of the cards I'm about to reveal. For reading number one, we have Rose along with the Sunstone. And this is card number 9, if you are a numbers person. For reading number 2, we have Pokeweed, which is card number 16, along with Baltic Amber. And for reading number 3, we have Pokeweed, which is card number 5, along with Phosphosiderite. Let your intuition be your guide as to which card and or crystal you're most drawn to. On October 2nd, I'll be giving away a free personalized tarot reading, and all you have to do to qualify is give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and type personal power in the comments below. Good luck. Hello, reading number 1. You chose the Sunstone, which is connected to the energy of the stone and all of the stone, of the sun and all of its qualities, the vibrancy, radiance. It helps to increase your joy, your optimism, your courage. It's very empowering. It helps you to discover your true self, your place in this world. And it's said to have profound healing qualities, and your guides want you to know that so does the sun. You don't have to get a sunstone, but rather, if you don't have one, just going outside, especially around dusk or dawn, those twilight times, but really any time that you can safely soak up the energy of the sun. They're showing me you standing outside with your eyes closed, facing the sun. And what this does is it just instantly resets your energy. So if you're feeling unfocused, clouded, or, even depressed, this sun's energy is going to raise your vibrations and lift your spirits. And you also chose this card, Rose, which is card number 9. And it says here, love and sensuality. And what I'm really getting is everything that a rose has. It does have thorns, but we are willing to get past those thorns, those little prickly things, in order to have the beautiful smell of a rose, all the sensual experiences that go along with roses, their color, their smell, the velvety touch of those thick rose petals, everything that goes along with that. So there's this message of, again, lifting your spirits, grounding you, bringing you into the present moment, and helping to facilitate a feeling of fulfillment through senses, through sensual experiences like touch, texture, smells, and what we see, and things like the sun, the warmth of the sun, feeling that on your skin, all of these things. All right, let's see how these messages combine to bring you a message from your spirit guides. I do feel them already so talkative. I list all the cards that I use in the description box below, and if I have a link where you can find them, I include that as well. All right, what else does reading number 1's spirit guides want them to know at this time? Oh. All right, we have Best of Yogis, and there's actually 2 cards here. recovered soul. Okay. And these cards do have, and rather than all the cards looking the same on the back actually has messages. And this one says, as fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, similarly, the living being is covered by different layers of lust. All right, very interesting. And lust we can also think of as those things that you crave, that you desire. And it may be sometimes in an unhealthy way, or it may be experiencing sensuality. And this one's best of yogis. It says, of all yogis, the one who is filled with faith, his entire being given over to me, is the most intimately united with me and is the best of all. So this, I feel that these two messages combined with this card is about following your excitement. What excites you? Being motivated by love. Like you have things that you know you need to do, things that you want to do. And of course, I'm not telling you to shed your responsibilities, but if you have to make any choice, the smallest of choices, like what to wear today, when you look at your clothes, your options, which one is the most exciting, and choose that and practice leading your life through this excitement. All right, I want to choose one of these cards as well. What other message does reading number one's spirit guides have for them at this time? All right, solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. All right, so I think that goes along well with what we already talked about with these cards, and using that time to align yourself to your highest and best good through what excites you. All right, let's get one of these cards as well. What message does reading number one's spirit guides have for them at this time? All right, the moth spirit, surrender now. All right, that's 2 words of surrender. So it's like you can go through life, every day, your daily task with, I have to do this, I need to do this, I'm supposed to do this, I should be doing this. And it can drain your energy because you're not leading your life with what you're attracted to, what's exciting to you. And so surrendering to the belief that and the trust that you are being provided for, taken care of, and that your spirit, your higher self, isn't going to steer you wrong. And so, of course, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, if you lead with that excitement and you surrender to source and know that your choices are leading you to your highest and best good. That belief, that trust, that faith, surrendering to that is going to be your best path. All right, let's get some tarot cards and see what other message your spirit guides have for you. I'm loving your message already. What message does reading number one's spirit guides have for them? right. We have the 10 of Bows, responsibility. This is what we've been talking about. Feeling burdened by, I should be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing that. And again, I'm not telling you to shirk off your responsibilities, but in other things that you do, leading with excitement. You know, things again, like what clothes should I wear? What should I eat right now? After work, what should I do? You know, what do I want to do? Not what should I do, but what do I want to do? Asking yourself that and leading with your excitement. This is going to sometimes directly, many times indirectly, take you on a path that leads to a bigger goal. It's going to lead you to inspiration. It's going to lead you to answers to situations, solutions. All right, what other message does reading number one's spirit guides have for them at this time? Did you see how that one kind of jumped? All right, the stag. All right, this card is about natural law balance, how nature will balance itself, it will right itself. And, you know, we are guests here on this earth. We're not masters of the earth, but guests. And nature rights itself, acting of your own accord, acting with what you know, what is right for you, trusting in yourself. You hear the dogs confirming we're on to something. The Wiccan rule, do what you want so long as you harm no one, comes to mind. It's doing what you want, what we've been talking a lot about this entire reading. Trusting that the universe is conspiring to help you, following that excitement. And while yes, taking care of your responsibilities, not shirking that, not also putting your own desires and wants on the back burner and ignoring them, putting off your joy, your fulfillment, your own personal experiences, dreams, for the sake of responsibilities. Just notice how many times throughout the day that you're saying should be, or I'm supposed to be. And again, as long as you're making progress in your responsibilities every day, make sure that every day you're also having this balance. You're balancing your life with things that you enjoy as well. And this is going to increase your vitality. Oh, okay, that one flew out. The seer. So here's another message of taking time alone to go within and discover that which you truly want. Sometimes, you know, we want something, we enjoy it. It could be a hobby, a craft, a relationship. And then we take everything that we are supposed to from that experience or relationship. We've learned lessons, we've grown, we've gained tools, wisdom, and it's time for us to move on to the next thing. So even if it's things that you used to enjoy that maybe you don't enjoy anymore, that's okay. That's part of life. We're meant to continue to evolve. Everything changes, including us. And, you know, the things that we enjoy, finding new things to spend our time doing, finding new relationships. All of this is part of life to help us grow. And so there's this message of divination, of divining within yourself, going within and drawing down this cosmic inspiration, and then being this mediator between the cosmos, the divine, your higher self, your soul, and then bringing that into the 3D and acting upon it. So this goes right along with the solitude. 7 of arrows. Overcoming something, having the vantage point. Here it says insecurity. So perhaps you may feel afraid to follow your heart because, again, you feel this need to do what has been the status quo for you in the past, or what's being modeled for you by society or your community. The 3 of vessels, joy, celebration. Yes, this is confirmation that you are meant to follow your excitement. This has been the message all along. Take time to find out what it is that you're excited about now. And start with small things, you know, like what to wear, how to do your hair, what you want to eat. Your guides want you to quit torturing yourself or punishing yourself with things like, well, this is what I deserve, or this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what's expected. And to follow your bliss, follow what excites you. And they are encouraging you to take time to reflect, go within, discover what that is for you now. It may be different than what excited you 5 or 10 years ago, and that's okay. We evolve. And to surrender to the belief that Spirit Source has your back and your best interest and is conspiring to bring you your best and highest good, to help you discover and nurture and unfold with an amazing, beautiful life. And you've gotten lots of confirmation from the dogs today. Remember, if you're feeling confused, go outside and get some sun, safely, of course, and try that technique of looking at the sun with your eyes closed. Not really looking at the sun, but facing the sun with your eyes closed, and it will reset your energy and uplift you, raising your vibration. And taking time to use this technique that is used in therapeutic settings. It's using the senses to help ground you and bring you to the present moment by noticing things that you can see. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And you don't have to do all of those or exactly in that order, but the point is to really engage the senses to bring you to the present moment and to ground you into the present. Reading number 1, so happy for you. This sounds exciting. I see you entering this period of following your excitement and really experiencing fulfillment as a result, having reasons to celebrate the small things, leading you to much bigger things. Please let me know how this resonates. I love to read your comments. You're always welcome to reach out to me for additional guidance via my website. I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 2. You chose the Baltic Amber, which aids in emotional healing, depression, environmental clearing. It promotes feelings of relaxation and tranquility, helps to relieve stress, anxiety. It also is beneficial in clearing the chakras, and it increases your connection to your spiritual self. It helps to transform energy, transforming negative energy into positive energy, and helps to balance your whole being, both consciously and unconsciously. And it's also said to increase your confidence, mental clarity, and creative self-expression. You also chose the card Pokeweed. It says here perceptiveness and vision. And this weed is used in hoodoo and magical rituals and spells to increase and strengthen our connection to spirit. So we already have that connection with this card, this weed, and the amber. The energy of this card is also about facing your fear. So overcoming fears so that you can complete any goals that you want to, any lessons that you need to. All right, so we'll see how these two energies, the amber and the Pokeweed, combine to bring you a message from your spirit guides. I do list all the cards that I use in the description box below, and if I have a link where you can find them, I include that as well. All right, what message does reading number 2's spirit guides have for them at this time? These cards are rather large, so I'm having a little difficulty shuffling them right now because I burned my fingers earlier today. All right, I filled this one. Covered Soul. Interesting. This came out in reading number 1. So if you were drawn to reading number 1, there may be a message for you. And you know, when I think of covered soul, I'm thinking about that fogginess, that lack of clarity. So your spirit guides want to help you bring clarity into your life, so that you know what is the right direction to go, right choice to make. All right, what other message does reading number 2's spirit guides have for them at this time? All right, Pretenders. And these cards, as you can see, rather than having one image on the back, what they have on the back is a message. So this one says, those who restrain the working senses but continue to dwell on sense objects delude themselves and are called pretenders. All right, let's get, okay. I'm going to take the top card that revealed itself. Believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the Northern Lights says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. All right, interesting. So again, I feel there's this idea of you becoming clear with your connection to spirit, to your higher self, to your soul. With this peacock, I'm also receiving a message of raising your standards. Let's get a card from this deck and see what other clues we can get. What message does reading number 2's spirit guides have for them. I'm going to take the card again that revealed itself. Pick spirit, use your mind wisely. Okay, so what I'm hearing is if you have a negative thought, remember that your thoughts are not you, they're thoughts. We have a stream of consciousness that flows through you. Just like if you are in a river and there are leaves and various things in the water floating by you, you can choose which to focus your attention on and which you allow to just float past you. And you can train your mind. You are the observer of those thoughts. You aren't those thoughts. So learning to observe the thoughts, notice them, and if you don't feel like okay, the dogs definitely feel this is important. So if you don't feel like those thoughts are in alignment with your highest and best good, if they cause fear, then, or they cause stress, worry, anxiety, anything like that, remember it is a thought. It's not you. You are the observer of those thoughts. So you can choose to replace those thoughts with thoughts that more align to your highest and best good. All right, let's get some tarot cards and see what other message is there that your spirit guides want you to know at this time. Okay, I feel this one. The Hooded Man. It's you and only you that can light your path. You have the answers within you. What you have within you is a guiding light to the correct paths, the correct opportunities, doorways. And you can, again, shine your light on that which you want to cultivate. The journey. So I see you learning to squelch these negative thoughts. You know, and look at this particular depiction, how we see this blackbird digesting, pulling apart at what was once the brain of this animal. So I see you creating new neural pathways in your brain, and I see you training your mind to focus its attention on positive thoughts. Remember that the amber helps to transform negative energy into positive energy, bringing balance to you and easing suffering in that way, healing yourself emotionally. Spirit wants your highest and best good. So when something is negative or scary or stressful, a thought, then know that it's not coming from source. It's the ego, it's internalized voices from the past. And you're learning to discern these and master them, mastering your mind. All right, that was weird. The camera just turned off by itself. I had to turn it back on. Interesting. I feel this one wants to come out. Ace of Stones, the foundation of life. So, as you begin to master your thoughts, you will see evidence of it in tangible ways. The stones, Ace of Stones, this is the suit of the element of earth, things that are tangible, things that we can touch and hold. So it's the manifestation of the inner, expressed and manifest in the outer world. Beautiful. I feel these pretenders are these thoughts. These thoughts are the pretenders. They're pretending to help you by telling you, oh, don't do that. This might go wrong, or that might go wrong. And it's that fear that we talked about. It's covering your soul. These fears, these pretending thoughts that are pretending to help you are actually covering your light. Wow, thank you so much, guys. Okay. Let's see. We have the stag, which also came out in reading number 1. So again, if you were drawn to that reading, there may be a message for you there. And this is another message of balance, being fair to yourself, being just to yourself, following your true nature, and remembering you can do whatever you want so long as it harms no one, including yourself. And the Queen of Arrows, Swan. Isn't it interesting too that we have a stag head here and the stag here? So here's the death, but here we see it whole. You balancing things and being just and right with yourself, in alignment with yourself, and becoming more discerning of the truth. This is going to propel you forward in your spiritual evolution. And when you propel yourself forward in your spiritual evolution, your physical reality gets an upgrade. Wow. Love that. Let's get maybe one more card. Oh, okay, that one. 10 of Bows also came out in reading number 1. All right. So these thoughts may be around your responsibilities. These beliefs, these pretenders may be making you feel like you're supposed to do something, you ought to do something, but just check with it. And with this believe in magic, what I feel you're being called to do is some kind of ritual or spell work, meditation, prayer, something that connects you to source, to your higher self, and asking your higher self what it is that aligns with your highest and best good. And as long as you're not hurting anyone else, acting on that. What I see also with the 10 of Bows, and this being the last card, is that this lesson is being completed. You are, like I said, you're mastering your mind. You're learning this lesson of thoughts become things and being able to discern which thoughts are coming from source, from your higher self, and which thoughts are echoes of a past voice, the ego trying to save yourself by pretending to be helpful. And it's not that the ego is a bad thing. It's a tool that we have to help us survive. We develop this at a young age, but it can overgrow and not allow for the diversity and richness of life. So I see you shifting this and beginning something new. This is a really wonderful reading. Your perceptiveness is changing and it's offering you a new vision. It's like you're taking off glasses that are smudgy and dirty and dark, and maybe they're even broken, they have a crack in them, and you're now able to see clearly. You're able to see the way Source sees. love this message for you. This feels very light. It feels liberating, like you're being liberated of this burden and expressing yourself in a whole new way that's going to give you positive, tangible results. Reading number 2, so excited for you. Please let me know how this resonates. I love reading your comments, and you're always welcome to connect with me through my website for additional guidance. I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. You chose the Phosphosiderite, which has healing properties that have a soothing vibration. It aids in emotional healing. It helps reduce stress. Its soothing energy induces relaxation and helps to release worries, mental pressures. It's a mineral that has a high resonance that clears emotional ties. And it's just beautiful, isn't it? All right, and you chose Pokeweed. It says here, change and movement. This is, while it is something that has been used in the southern U.S. as an edible, boiled and cooked, it's, without being washed and prepared correctly, it is very poisonous. And the berries were once used as an ink and to dye fabric. So it was used to an ink to write with and to dye fabric. But the energy of this card is all about change and movement. So we'll see how these two things go together. I'm hearing go with the flow. When change comes, to just kind of go with the flow rather than resisting it. But let's get some cards and see what other clues we can get about your message. I do list all the cards that I use in the description box below, and if I have a link where you can find them, I include that as well. All right, what does reading number 3's spirit guides want them to know at this time? Pretenders. Okay, this came out in reading number 2. So interesting. All right. So the pretenders is, these thoughts that pretend to be helpful, but they're actually causing you stress and anxiety and keeping you from being in that flow. What other message does, okay. I'm going to take the one that revealed itself, which says beyond religion. And these cards have messages on the back. Think of me always. Be my devotee. Sacrifice to me and bow down to me. Do this and you will come to me. I promise you this truth, for you are dear to me. Give up all other duties and varieties of religion and simply surrender to me. I shall deliver you from all sin, to have no fear. So I think this with the pretenders is about, rather than following a specific dogma or method, again, going with the flow and being open to that direct path. You don't need another person or a prescribed method to connect to source, to connect to your higher self. All right, let's get some more cards and see what other clues we can get. There definitely seems to be a theme in today's reading across the 3 readings. What other message do you have for pile number 3? All right, journey. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. Being ready for change is what I'm hearing. Go with the flow. If something, whether it is an actual trip or it's some other kind of change, rather than feeling fearful, noticing if you're activated in a way that feels like, uh-oh, I don't have control. Just, tell yourself, let's see what good comes out of this, and go with it. All right, let's get one of these cards. What other message do you have for reading number 3? What does reading number 3 spirit guides want them to know? Big Spirit, use your mind wisely. This card also came out in reading number 2. And I just want you to know that I put the card inside the deck. I shuffle between readings, and then I shuffle on camera as well. So sometimes the energies, I'm not an astrologer, but the energies that are defined by astrology or described by astrology influence the readings. And so we have this common theme. There may be little nuances so that it's more unique to whoever decides to listen to one particular reading. But I think this is why sometimes the readings do have this common theme, is because astrologically there are energetic patterns that are encouraging similar kinds of changes. All right, let's get some tarot and see what else we can find out. What other messages does reading number 3's spirit guides have for them at this time? All right, that's definitely way too many. What messages does reading number 3's spirit guides have for them at this time? All right, this one wanted to come out. 2 of Arrows, making a choice. And we see the scale here. And these scales, we see a feather and what looks like gold. And you see that they're balanced, equal weight. All right, the 8 of Arrows. I see you liberating yourself from something that may feel like you are binded. She almost looks like she's bound in this fabric. Don't be binded by dogma or traditions, belief systems. Your spirit guides want you to liberate yourself from these. All right, let's keep going. The pretenders in this card may be the pretenders of people who promote these types of dogmas. We get indoctrinated into them. And many people go through this spiritual evolution, sometimes spiritual crisis, in order to liberate themselves from these bindings that they might find themselves in, imposed upon them by society, culture, religion. Let's keep going. What message do you have for reading number 3? What does reading number 3 spirit guides want them to know at this time? All right, the pole star. Hope. Yeah, I see you coming out of the darkness, out of the forest, And the forest is sometimes a metaphor for our own mind. But there's also this idea of returning to the forest, rewilding your soul. You know, they're showing me this time when there were these really developed cities, these ancient cities, but there were also still people that lived in the forest and had a different way of life that wasn't as, oh, what is the right word? I guess dogmatic as society. There was more freedom. And so, of course, you don't want to do anything that hurts anyone, but there's something, some belief that is restricting your self-expression. You know, the first card has the word movement on here. It's like it's something that's restricting your expression, your movement, and I see you liberating yourself from that. Coming out of the darkness, a rebirth, a success, hope. 6 of arrows. Leaving troubled waters behind, entering calmer waters. What other message do you have for reading number 3? The seer, yeah, divining your own path, divining your own truth, discerning what is right for you, spending time in meditation, in ritual, prayer, and the hooded man. And you know, when I saw this card, I thought of the hooded man with the lamp. And you know, the hooded man's light is the pole star. Wow. You are carving out your own path. So your pretenders are external factors, you know, like beliefs, behaviors, trends of a group of people, a community of people. And you're divergent. You're meant to do this. I think this journey may be a spiritual journey. We have here injustice, struggle, the pole star, which is hope and light, success, leaving this struggle behind, leaving this injustice behind, transitioning. Remember, we saw change, transitioning to carving out your own path, to seeing what's right for you and aligning your actions with that. Wow, so powerful, reading number 3. I really see a huge expansion in your spiritual connection to your higher self, to source. And I really see you liberating yourself from something. Please let me know how this resonates. I'd love to hear the connections you make between your life and the reading. You're always welcome to reach out to me through my website for additional guidance. Everybody that has done that so far, whether it's been somebody that purchased a reading on my website or somebody that won a reading, I've absolutely loved connecting to your energies and getting to know you a little better. This is an amazing community that we're a part of, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.